Good afternoon. I'd like to talk to you all today about the problems with keeping orca whales in captivity and how you can be a part of putting an end to it. Keeping orca whales in captivity equates to cruel and unusual punishment. These family-oriented social mammals suffer immeasurable harm in captivity, and the biggest perpetrator of this enslavement is the theme park SeaWorld. I want you to imagine that you're an orca whale, bred for millions of years to wander hundreds of miles across the ocean. I want you to picture the sunset, the wildlife, the coral, the depth of the ocean. Now I want you to imagine that you're that same orca, except this time, you're in a cage 80 feet wide and 30 feet deep. It's dark. There is no ambient light that reaches you while you're in your pen. You've committed no crime, yet you're still SeaWorld's prisoner. Keeping orca in captivity is a dangerous proposition. It's dangerous for the animals and dangerous for the employees of the park. Did you know that according to leading researcher Howard Garrett, orca live to be up to 100 years old in the wild? Yet according to SeaWorld, these animals only live to an average age of about 30 years old. That's a convenient statistic to hand out, given that it's about the age that these animals die in captivity. As a matter of fact, according to PETA, no orca has ever died of old age at SeaWorld. None have ever made it that long. SeaWorld also likes to make the claim that 25% of orca have a collapsed dorsal fin, when in actuality, the number of orca in the wild with a collapsed dorsal is less than 1%. But these whales keep splashing, and the kids keep clapping, and people stay oblivious to how awful their lives are in captivity. According to Pew's website, orca whales are the largest animals in the world held in captivity. In the wild, the orcas stay with their mothers in their pod for life. The members of these pods speak to one another in their own languages, and scientists have found that individual pods have their own dialects. When even one orca is removed from the pod, it disrupts the entire family. The whales become frantic upon seeing their mates captured, and often follow the boats carrying them for hundreds of miles. Isn't that one of the most heartbreaking things you've ever heard? According to Eric Hoyt's book, The Whale Called Killer, there's never been a single documented case of an orca attacking a human being in the wild. Yet at SeaWorld, there are hundreds of documented cases. Even further, there's been at least one person killed at SeaWorld and 3 trainers. Orca researcher Howard Garrett attributes this to a psychosis caused by the captivity. He believes long hours spent alone in the dark in tanks that aren't big enough to turn around in and don't support a healthy lifestyle are responsible for this psychosis. Compounding the issue is the fact that the government has set very few regulations on marine animals held in captivity, and the ones that they have set are rarely followed. The executive director of the Marine Mammal Commission himself has gone on record as saying that we need to do more to protect these animals. Until the government steps in, though, it's left in our hands to do something that can make a difference. The orca will never be able to help themselves. Despite being one of the smartest and most personable mammals in the world, they can't stop humans from putting them in captivity. It's up to you and I to put an end to this, and if you take part, you can walk away with your head held high, knowing that you did your best to help a defenseless animal. As I mentioned before, it isn't just the whales who are being harmed, but the employees of SeaWorld. They know they're expendable, and in this economy and this day and age, people can't afford to be without a job. These animals are unpredictable when they're held in captivity. Let's not wait until another trainer loses their life to go out and do something. What is it that you can do to help, you ask? Simple. Boycott SeaWorld. Don't buy tickets. If people stop showing up to their parks, the owners will be forced to make a change. If you don't think that boycotting works, just take a look at the Nestle company. In 2010, Greenpeace called for a boycott of the Nestle company in order to persuade them to discontinue deforestation in order to make palm oil. That simple threat was enough to convince Nestle to institute a zero-tolerance policy when it came to deforestation, and they achieved this in a matter of months. I know you want to have fun family outings with your family, and I'm not telling you that you shouldn't do that. Go somewhere else, though. Go to Disney. Go to Universal. Go to Busch Gardens. Anywhere that doesn't put one of the world's most beautiful mammals in a cage, barely big enough for it to turn around in. Until SeaWorld changes the orca policy and stops purposely misleading the public, I'll continue saying no to their parks, and I hope you will too. Thank you.